A used EV can save you thousands or cost you $20,000 in battery replacement fees if you buy the wrong one. Here's exactly what to check for before you hand over a single dollar. Why buying a used EV is different. Here's the first thing I'll tell anyone who walks into a shop asking about used EVs. Forget everything you know about buying a used gas car. With a gas car, you're thinking about engine wear, transmission condition, timing belt, oil changes. There's a mental model most people have built up over years of car ownership. You check the oil, you look for leaks, you listen for knocking. That framework does not transfer to an EV. Used EVs aren't judged by engine wear. There is no engine. The motor in an EV has almost no wear items compared to an internal combustion engine. What you're judging instead is the battery. And this is where people get into trouble, because the battery isn't something you can see, hear, or smell. You can't pull a dipstick. You can't listen for a knock. The battery either has capacity or it doesn't, and the only way to know is to actually check it. Here's why that matters so much. The battery is the most expensive component in the entire vehicle. Depending on the make and model, a full battery pack replacement can run anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. That's not a repair. That's a financial event. And a degraded battery that doesn't need full replacement yet will still quietly rob you of range every single day you own the car. This is the central truth about buying a used EV. Everything else is secondary. The one thing you must check first: battery health. Before the test drive, before you negotiate price, before you even get too excited about the car, get the battery health number. Battery health is typically measured as state of health, or SOH. It's a percentage that tells you how much of the battery's original capacity remains. A brand new EV sits at 100% SOH. A battery at 85% SOH means you have 85% of the original range available under ideal conditions. A battery at 70% SOH means you've lost nearly a third of your range, and that number only goes one direction. For a used EV to be worth buying, I generally want to see SOH above 85 to 90%. Below that, the math starts working against you. You're already compensating for lost range, you're closer to a point where the battery may need service, and your resale value is going to reflect it. Battery health determines three things: your remaining range, how the car charges, and its long-term reliability. The SOH is healthy, all three of these are solid. If the SOH is degraded, all three suffer simultaneously. Now, how do you actually get that number? For Tesla, it's relatively straightforward. You charge to 100% and compare the indicated range to the original factory rating. The math tells the story. If a 2019 Model 3 long range was rated at 310 miles and you're seeing 275 at a full charge, you can calculate the degradation directly. For other brands, there are tools. Recurrent is one I recommend regularly. It uses the vehicle's VIN to pull battery data and gives you an estimated health report. Cars.com has integrated Recurrent reports into many EV listings, which is genuinely useful when you're browsing. For a deeper read, a shop that works with EVs can run a proper battery diagnostic that shows you cell-level data, actual voltages, any imbalance, real degradation. That's the most accurate picture you can get. And on a car this expensive, it's worth the cost of that inspection. Check the real range versus original range. Once you have a sense of battery health, you need to test real-world range, not just trust the number on the screen. Every EV left the factory with an EPA-rated range. That number is your baseline. What the car delivers today, after years of ownership, is what actually matters to you. Charge the car to 100% before your test drive. Note the estimated range on the display. Then compare it to the original EPA figure for that specific model year and trim. A reasonable drop, 10 to 15%, is normal over 3 to 5 years. A large gap is a red flag. Here's something I want you to understand as a mechanic. The dashboard's range estimate isn't perfect. It's influenced by driving history, temperature, and the previous owner's driving habits. But it's still the fastest first filter. If you see a car rated at 250 miles, showing 160 on a full charge, something has happened to that battery. You either negotiate hard on price or you walk. Large differences between the current and the original ranges can signal three things: straight battery degradation in use, an efficient driving history that the car's computer has learned from, or actual battery problems beyond normal wear. Any of those deserves further investigation. Look at charging history. This one is underrated and most buyers skip it entirely. How an EV was charged tells you more about battery condition than mileage does. I've seen 80,000-mile EVs with excellent battery health because the owner charged carefully. I've also seen 40,000-mile EVs with premature degradation due to daily DC fast charging in a hot climate. Frequent DC fast charging generates heat, and heat is the enemy of battery longevity. It's not that fast charging is bad in moderation. Most manufacturers design their packs to handle it. But a car that was fast charged every single day, especially in a region with high ambient temperatures, will show it in the SOH numbers. Ask about the previous owner's charging habits. Did they charge primarily at home on level 2? That's ideal. Slow, consistent, low heat charging. Did they rely heavily on public DC fast chargers? That's not a deal breaker, but it needs to show up in the battery health check. Were they consistently charging to 100% and leaving the car parked full for extended periods? That can accelerate degradation in certain battery chemistries. You won't always get honest answers. Some sellers don't know. Some don't want you to know. That's exactly why you pair this conversation with an actual battery health report, because the data doesn't lie the way sellers sometimes do. Check warranty coverage. Here's a piece of good news. The used EV market has a safety net most buyers don't think to check. Most EVs come with an 8-year, 100,000-mile battery warranty. Some manufacturers go further than that. Under US federal regulations, that's the minimum, and it's a meaningful protection. A 3 or 4-year-old EV with reasonable mileage may still have 4 or 5 years of battery warranty coverage remaining. That changes the risk calculation significantly. Before you buy, confirm 3 things. First, how much warranty is left on the battery? Pull in the service date, check the mileage, and calculate exactly where it stands. Second, what does the warranty actually cover? Some warranties guarantee the battery won't drop below 70% capacity, others simply cover outright failure. Know what you're getting. Third, does the warranty transfer to a new owner? Most do, but confirm it. A warranty that evaporates the moment title changes hands is worth exactly nothing to you. If you find a used EV that still has several years of battery warranty coverage remaining, that's one of the strongest indicators of value in the whole transaction. Price should reflect that. If a car is already out of warranty, price should reflect that too. Scan for software or system errors. Modern EVs are computers on wheels. I mean that literally. The battery management system, the charging system, the thermal management, the powertrain, all of it runs on software that's logging data, throwing codes, and flagging problems in real time. Before you buy any used EV, check for warning lights, charging errors, and storage system messages. These aren't just cosmetic issues. They're the car telling you something has happened or is currently happening that needs attention. A charging system fault could mean a simple connection issue, or it could mean the onboard charger is failing, which affects whether you can charge it at home at all. A battery management warning could indicate a software calibration issue, or it could signal actual cell problem. A thermal system error could mean a minor sensor fault, or degraded cooling that's been accelerating battery wear for months. The tool that cuts through the guessing is an OBD scanner with EV-compatible software. Plug it in during your inspection and read the fault codes. A clean scan on a used EV with solid battery health is one of the best buying signals you'll find. An error-filled scan on a car that someone is eager to move quickly is one of the clearest reasons to walk away. If warning lights are present and the seller can't explain them, that's your answer. Don't let price, appearance, or enthusiasm override what the car's own diagnostic system is telling you. If this kind of content is actually useful to you, hit subscribe and drop a like. We skip the noise and give you what matters. The smart way to buy a used EV. I want to bring this together because none of these checks exist in isolation. You run them as a system, and when the system comes back clean, you can buy with real confidence. Here's the process I walk people through. Check battery health first. Get the SOH number from a recurrent report, a Tesla app screenshot at 100%, or a professional battery diagnostic. Don't skip this. The rest of the checklist builds on this foundation. Verify warranty status. Pull the in-service date and confirm how much battery coverage remains and whether it transfers. A strong warranty on a healthy battery is a combination worth paying for. Review charging history. Ask questions, look for DC fast charge patterns, and let the battery health report either confirm or contradict what the seller tells you. Test real-world range. Charge to 100% before the test drive. Compare the indicated range to the original factory rating. Note any major gaps. Scan for faults. Check warning lights, run an OBD scan if possible, and test the charging port with an actual charger session before you commit. 10 minutes plugged in can reveal problems a test drive never would. Do all 5 of these, and a used EV isn't a gamble anymore. It's an informed purchase. The market right now has real value. Around 40% of used EVs are selling below $25,000. Average used Tesla prices have dropped below the overall used car average. And EV depreciation that hurt first owners has created genuine deals for second owners. But the value only lands in your favor if you do the work before you sign. A used EV that passes all 5 checks, battery health, clean warranty, good charging history, real-world range that makes sense, no system errors, can save you money on fuel, cut your maintenance costs significantly, and serve you reliably for years. I've seen it happen. I've also seen what happens when people skip the checklist and find out 2 months later what they actually bought. The difference between those 2 outcomes is this process. Buying a used EV is one of the smartest moves you can make in today's market, if you know what you're doing, and now you do. Battery health first, warranty status confirmed, charging history reviewed, real-world range tested, system errors cleared. That's the checklist. Run it, and you'll walk into the purchase with your eyes open. Drop a comment below. What's the one thing you've been most nervous about when it comes to buying a used EV? I read every one, and your question might become the next video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one.